Forgive, O Lord, my little jokes on thee, and I'll forgive thy great big one on me. If we couldn't laugh, we would all go insane. Freedom lies in being bold. Love is an irresistible desire to be irresistibly desired. A poem begins as a lump in the throat, a sense of wrong, a homesickness, a lovesickness. Education is the ability to listen to almost anything without losing your temper or your self-confidence. Never be bullied into silence. Never allow yourself to be made a victim. Accept no one's definition of your life, define yourself. No tears in the writer, no tears in the reader. No surprise in the writer, no surprise in the reader. In 3 words I can sum up everything I've learned about life. It goes on. These woods are lovely, dark and deep, but I have promises to keep, and miles to go before I sleep, and miles to go before I sleep. The best way out is always through. Half the world is composed of people who have something to say and can't, and the other half who have nothing to say and keep on saying it. 2 roads diverged in a wood, and I took the one less traveled by, and that has made all the difference. I am not a teacher, but an awakener. Happiness makes up in height for what it lacks in length. Nature's first green is gold, her hardest hue to hold. Her early leaf's a flower, but only so an hour. Then leaf subsides to leaf. So Eden sank to grief, so dawn goes down to day. Nothing gold can stay. Home is the place where, when you have to go there, they have to take you in. The rain to the wind said, you push and I'll pelt. They so smote the garden bed that the flowers actually knelt, and lay lodged though not dead. I know how the flowers felt. Forgive me my nonsense, as I also forgive the nonsense of those who think they talk sense. Hay cannot scare me with their empty spaces between stars, on stars where no human race is. I have it in me so much nearer home to scare myself with my own desert places. Don't ever take a fence down until you know why it was put up. A diplomat is a man who always remembers a woman's birthday but never remembers her age. I hold it to be the inalienable right of anybody to go to hell in his own way. The heart can think of no devotion greater than being shore to the ocean, holding the curve of one position, counting an endless repetition. Dancing is a vertical expression of a horizontal desire. The afternoon knows what the morning never suspected. How many things have to happen to you before something occurs to you? There is one thing more exasperating than a wife who can cook and won't, and that's a wife who can't cook and will. The reason why worry kills more people than work is that more people worry than work. How many things would you attempt if you knew you could not fail? Something we were withholding made us weak, until we found it was ourselves. The world is full of willing people, some willing to work, the rest willing to let them. The brain is a wonderful organ. It starts working the moment you get up in the morning and does not stop until you get into the office. Thinking is not to agree or disagree. That's voting. The middle of the road is where the white line is, and that's the worst place to drive. Before I built a wall, I'd ask to know what I was walling in or walling out. Unless you are educated in metaphor, you are not safe to be let loose in the world. By faithfully working 8 hours a day, you may eventually get to be boss and work 12 hours a day. You're always believing ahead of your evidence. What was the evidence I could write a poem? I just believed it. The most creative thing in us is to believe in a thing. A person will sometimes devote all his life to the development of one part of his body, the wishbone. A liberal is a man too broad-minded to take his own side in a quarrel. Families break up when they get hints you don't intend and miss hints that you do. Good fences make good neighbors. My goal in life is to unite my avocation with my vocation, as my two eyes make one in sight. Life must be kept up at a great rate in order to absorb any considerable amount of learning.